Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Jazz and I am a personal trainer slash fitness coach, and my main goal is to educate and help women reach their fitness goals through sustainable methods backed by science instead of these crazy, unhealthy, unsustainable extreme methods. So I recently had an idea for something that for right now I'm gonna call 5-Minute Fridays. Like every other Friday or eventually every Friday, I want to release a video where I am discussing a different nutrition or fitness topic in 5 minutes or less. I just wanted to create something that's really digestible and easy to understand, easy to follow, where I just kind of simplify a lot of myths and questions that you may have surrounding health and fitness. Today we are tackling the topic of keto and whether or not it's actually this magical diet that everybody makes it out to be. So what exactly is the keto diet? So the keto diet is a very high fat, moderate protein, and very, very low carb diet. So if you are someone who is trying to lose weight, then you likely may have tried the diet, or at least someone has recommended the keto diet to you. It really has this reputation of being this quick fix magical diet that has you dropping pounds like that. And we're really just gonna go into whether or not that's the truth or not. So just real quickly, to make a long story short, no, the keto diet is not some type of magical diet. And we're gonna go ahead and go into some scientific facts about why keto is not a magic diet. Okay, so like I said earlier, the keto diet is a very high fat diet, moderate protein with very low carbs. So this is what happens when we eat carbs. Our body eventually breaks down those carbs into something that is called glycogen. And we store glycogen in our muscles and our liver. Now, when we do store glycogen, along with it, water molecules get stored as well. So we eat carbs, it gets stored of glycogen, it gets stored as glycogen, and then along with that glycogen, our body also stores water molecules. So when we start eating virtually no carbs or very little carbs, what happens? Our body no longer stores glycogen. And then, like I said earlier, remember how we talked about how it stores water along with glycogen? Because we're not storing glycogen, we are also no longer storing those water molecules that we store along with it. So when you go on keto and you start cutting out carbs, what happens? Your body is essentially no longer storing water. And what happens in those first couple weeks? You drop weight like that, but guess what? It's not stored body fat. It is actually the water, because like we said, remember, we're not storing water anymore. So when you see that initial quick weight loss, it's water weight and it's not stored body fat, which if you are trying to slim down and undergo a body recomposition, you want to be losing the stored fat and not water. And on top of that, people also swear by the keto diet because of ketosis. Just to make it simple, ketosis is essentially where your body is using fat as fuel. That sounds good, that sounds great, right? We want to be burning fat, but you have to think about it this way. Because you are now ingesting so much fat and not so many carbs, your body has to use that fat as fuel. Now, typically our bodies are used to using carbs as fuel because it is the most readily available and quickest form of energy. But now that we have removed carbs largely from our diet, our body has to find some other source of fuel. And again, because we're eating so much fat under the keto diet, that's what your body is going to use as fuel. But you do have to remember that just because your body uses something as fuel, in this situation fat, just because your body is burning fat as fuel, that does not mean that you are losing stored body fat. These are two very different concepts. The only way to lose stored body fat is to be in a calorie deficit. I repeat, the only way to lose stored body fat is to be in a calorie deficit. And this means that you need to be eating less calories than you burn. You need to be eating less calories than it takes for your body to maintain. So for example, if your body maintains on 2,300 calories, you need to be eating less calories than that. A lot of people think that keto works because you're cutting out carbs. And a lot of people, way too many people, think the culprit to weight gain is carbs. But y'all, we gotta get this out of our heads. Carbs are not the villain. Carbs are not the devil. carbs are not inherently fattening. What causes you to gain weight is when you are eating in a calorie surplus, which is obviously is the opposite of a deficit. When you are eating more calories than you burn, or more calories than it takes to maintain your current body weight. This is what causes weight gain. So whether or not you cut out carbs, whether or not you cut out fat, whether or not you cut out sugar, as long as you are in a deficit, you are going to lose weight. Now, this is why it's perfectly fine, and in my opinion, it's better to include carbs, because most people just love carbs, and carbs are great for energy. But it's very much possible to include carbs in your diet and still lose weight. As long as you are maintaining that calorie deficit, then you're gonna drop that fat. If you enjoy the keto diet, more power to you. If you like it, I love it. But at the end of the day, the best diet for you is gonna be the diet that you like, and the diet that you can stick to and be adherent to. And at the end of the day, guys, that's all that really matters. Do what you can stick to, do what you like, and that's that on that. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap that up. I hope that was easy to follow. I hope you guys learned something. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and share with a friend. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.